Right. So today we're going to be taking a deep dive into something a little bit different, something that might raise a few eyebrows.
Yeah.
And that's sex magic.
Okay.
Now, before anyone gets any ideas, we're not going to be, getting into like philosophical debates or moral judgments or anything like that.
Yeah.
What we're going to be looking at specifically are the techniques as outlined in Donald Michael Kraig's book, Modern Sex Magick.
Right.
So really, we're going to be looking at like the nuts and bolts of a very specific ritual.
The practical side of things.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to be breaking down the steps, the mechanics.
Yeah.
And, maybe even challenging some preconceptions along the way.
Yeah.
It's a really fascinating blend of practices that people might already be familiar with.
Right.
Like visualization breath work.
Yeah.
Combined with, a more unconventional source of energy.
Right. And, that's kind of apparent, right, from the dedication. Kraig dedicates this book to pioneers and those who are pushing the boundaries of spiritual exploration.
That's right.
So it's almost like a call to adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It sets the stage for a practice that really does kind of challenge the norm.
Yeah.
But what really stood out to me was the detail that he puts into the instructions.
Okay.
It's not just airy-fairy concepts.
Right.
It's very structured and it's a practical approach.
Yeah, well, and speaking of practical, the very first step is to silence your phone.
Right.
Can you imagine being in the middle of this like intense energy work and suddenly your phone goes off?
Oh, absolutely not.
Like Baby Shark starts playing.
Yeah, or like a notification or something.
Yeah.
It's not exactly conducive to, a focused mindset.
Not really, no.
But think about it, like how often have you tried to meditate or do something and you just get completely jolted out of it by, something buzzing or bleeping or whatever?
I know.
So this first step, it really highlights the importance of creating that sacred space, free from distractions, both physical and mental.
Yeah, it's like clearing your desk before you start a big project.
Exactly.
You got to clear your energetic space.
Right.
And that actually leads us very nicely into the next step.
Okay.
Which is banishing rituals.
Yes.
Now, you see these in a lot of different esoteric traditions, and it's not about like chasing ghosts with a vacuum cleaner or anything.
Yeah, no ghost busting here. No, it's about purifying the space, both physically and astrally.
Astrally.
So think of the astral realm as this kind of subtle energy dimension.
Okay.
It's like an invisible landscape that influences our physical world.
Right.
So banishing is kind of like sweeping away any stagnant or negative energy that might be lingering there.
Okay. So we've silenced our phones. We've cleared our space, both physical and astral.
Right.
Now it's time to kind of turn inwards, isn't it?
Exactly. The next step is grounding and mental preparation.
Okay.
Now, you might be familiar with grounding from things like mindfulness practices.
Right.
It's about connecting to the earth, anchoring yourself in the present moment, quieting that mental chatter.
It's like taking a couple of deep breaths before you dive into a pool.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to be centered and prepared for what's to come.
For what's to come.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The energy raising techniques.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit mysterious for me.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about these levels, level A and level B.
Right. So there are two levels.
Okay.
Level A focuses on visualization and breath work, techniques that a lot of us are familiar with from yoga meditation.
Right.
But level B is where we introduce this element of sexual energy.
Okay. And how does that work?
Right.
Like, does Kraig explain how to...
He does.
Okay.
And again, it's all very specific.
Okay.
It's not just about the physical act, It's about consciously channeling and directing that energy.
Right.
It's treated as a powerful force that can be harnessed and utilized for specific purposes.
So it's almost like taking that raw energy and transforming it.
Yeah.
Like refining oil into fuel.
That's a great analogy, yeah.
Okay.
And this refined energy then plays a key role in the next step, the formation of the circles.
Right. So men and women alternating in these circles. They're not just standing around holding hands, are they?
No, not quite.
Yeah.
The participants engage in specific visualizations and energy work,
Right.
directing energy to their partner's power center at their feet, using their palms to kind of guide the flow.
Right.
It's very hands-on, very interactive.
So it's like a carefully choreographed dance of energy.
It is.
Yeah, this level of detail and structure is fascinating.
Absolutely. And this ritual, while certainly unconventional,
Right.
it's clearly designed to be a powerful technique for those who are drawn to this path. It takes these familiar practices like breath work and visualization, and it combines them with this really potent and often taboo element of sexual energy.
Yeah. And that, I think, raises some really interesting questions.
It does.
How have different cultures and spiritual traditions viewed and harnessed this energy?
Right.
What are the potential applications and implications of this approach?
Exactly. And, it's something to think about as you continue to explore this topic.
Definitely food for thought.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was a fascinating deep dive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.